Once the city used to pulse with energy. Dirty and
Alright, so when I get to 6, I think the best strategy for me is just to sniper duel it out.
Now, it's something else. The changes came slowly at first. Most didn't realize, or didn't care, and accepted them. They chose a comfortable life. Some didn't. And those who refused to conform were pushed to the sidelines, criminalized. They became our clients. We call ourselves runners. We exist on the edge, between the gloss and the reality. The mirror's edge. We keep out of trouble, out of sight, and the cops don't bother us. Runners see the city in a different way. We see the flow. Rooftops become pathways and conduits, possibilities, and routes of escape. The flow is what keeps us running, keeps us alive.
Training time, Faith. Yeah, I know you hate it, but that fall took you out of commission for a while. And now you're back, you gotta keep sharp, especially in this city. Check out these new training grounds, pretty slick, huh? Celeste's on runaround duty, so get to her and just go with the flow, okay?
So in my last run, I basically died in trying to execute a pretty tough jump that I probably shouldn't have been trying to make in the first place. The margin for error was a lot smaller than I thought it was.
Hi, Faith. Welcome back. Didn't think we'd be seeing you so soon.
It's definitely best in a speed run, but I think in a free solo, it's not a good idea. The execution just makes it too inconsistent. That's sort of just what I've been trying to get, just consistency. I'm not sure what I'll play after this. Maybe a first-person shooter, I think I would like that. Not sure which one. There's a bunch of good ones. The trick with first-person shooters is it's different on PC, because on PC you don't have the luxury of in the campaign locking onto targets, which makes, and I've never done a first-person shooter with that enabled, so you know, I don't know. I used to use Elgato for running games directly off my PlayStation 3, but my PS3 was pretty old, and it ended up like crapping out on me. I think 8 hours into a 13-hour Arkham City run, and then it did it again, and I realized that it was overheating, and it just couldn't handle. It was too old and just couldn't handle like being run for that long. So I needed to. So that's when I started buying games on Steam and like developing my actual PC collection, so that I could stream games directly from my computer, because my computer can handle it. My computer can't handle being run for 13 hours, and has many times.
Merc wants me to run you through some sparring. You know how he is. You ready? Okay, come on.
I can't believe I made it all the way to chapter 9 in one
All right,
run.
Faith. Let's run through some.
I haven't even made it to chapter 7 in so long. I feel like I'm getting worse at the game. How is that even possible?
Remember what I taught you, Faith. Isolate them. Fight them one at a time if you gotta fight. Okay, that's enough training, ladies. Gotta get to the real thing. Drake's got a job for yourself, so check in with him. Faith, let me know when you're ready to get going.
See you later, Faith.
Maybe I should play Battlefield. I've never actually played I own a couple of the Battlefields, but never actually played any of them. I don't know. Might be fun. Or maybe jump back into Warhammer, since I can do that at any time. I don't know. With Warhammer 3 coming out, I feel like that seems a little bit like, yeah, I could play it, but why? You know.
Yeah, I'm sure the birds are real impressed, mate. But once you finish showing off, you think you might concentrate on some actual work? Get Celeste in position for a handoff. You need to get the delivery to her. She'll be near the communications tower ahead of you. You're taking your sweet old time. Celeste's getting pissed. She's almost at the comms tower and you ain't. Get moving and give her the bag. Cell will take it from there.
And here we go. Crap. I thought I was... That's why it's better to miss on the right than it is to miss on the left. Because I think the hitbox is bigger on the right side than it is the left. If I had missed by that margin on the left, I would have
Sounds like some
off.
blues are headed your way. News chopper tipped them off.
The majority of polls have put Callahan in the lead, with Monroe and Thornton in the first spot second.
Hey, drop the bag and put your hands where we can see them, or we will...
Just get the hell out of there. Wires are going crazy. Get out of there, Faith. I'm patching Celeste.
Run.
You there, Sal?
What the hell's happening? I can hear gunshots, and that bird seems a little too curious.
Faith's on her way. Get your ass ready to move. Blue's ahead. You're gonna have to get through 'em.
Crap. I'm committed now. That wasn't the strat I want to use in a free solo, but that's fine.
Get to Celeste. There are more blues on the way.
I'll probably do that in speedrun.
Hey, throw me the bag! Okay, I got it from here.
Okay, they're playing rough cell.
I'll be fine. Get out of here!
You gotta get off that roof, Faith. Don't care how you do it, just do it. This is meant to be a low-key job. Why the hell were they shooting? What did you do, Faith?
Nothing. They just opened fire.
Don't know what the hell's happening. I'll ask around. Get your ass back to base, Faith.
Say again, Officer Connors.
Going to see Pope. Robert Pope. Taking a statement on that break-in last week?
Yeah, anyways, it's 56 West Arlen Drive. Tell Lieutenant Miller.
Copy that. I'll relay the message from the
Zero X Runner, welcome to the stream.
I bet you're listening to the chatter.
You know me.
Try and get some sleep. It's been a rough day. Gonna put the word out tomorrow. See why those blues got itchy trigger fingers. I'll drop by later, okay? And don't chuck that pizza. I like the toppings.
Matured. Yeah, I know. See you, Merc.
I've been working on my free solo run of Mirror's Edge for like probably a month now.
Shots fired.
Oh my goodness, has it been a month?
56 West Arlen Drive immediately.
Oh man, that feels so bad. I should have had this thing done like a week and a half ago.
Where are you? Kate, where are you?
You a climber? No, but in honor of, well, a little bit, when I had money to go to a climbing gym. But in honor of Alex Honnold, I play games as a free solo runner, which means that I basically have to do everything in a single segment, and I can't die. So if I die, then the run's over.
Almost there.
Well, anytime you'd like to tell me where there is and what the hell you're doing, feel free.
It's my sister.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's going on. Give me a sec.
I don't normally die to like regular obstacles. Normally I die to like random crap, which I guess would be the equivalent of like Alex Honnold climbing and then a bird like running right into his head. Like that would suck, right? That would just feel so bad. Nice.
Okay, Drake says there's been some heat on West Arlen. Pope's place. I guess that's where you're headed, but be careful. I'll tell him what's going on there.
Yeah, Free Solo is probably the best documentary I've ever seen. I'm definitely a lot more cautious
he was running for mayor,
in my
right?
life than he
Finally,
is, but
someone who could actually make a difference in this place.
I definitely feel the same like perfectionism and drive to not make any mistakes, or at least not make any like permanent mistakes.
Thinking of taking the kids to the New Eden Mall this weekend? Then you need to stop by the Taste of New Eden restaurant for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even just a snack.
And at the same time, you know, I'm not a speedrunner because I like to occasionally like take in the scenery, look around, and enjoy the game. Speedrunners can't do that. You know, if the fastest way to
Kate?
play the game is to run backwards while looking at the floor the whole time,
Did
then
you?
that's what you had to do.
You don't recognize him?
Should I?
It's Robert. Robert Pope, friend of Dad's.
Shit, that Pope.
He called me. We hadn't talked much since I joined up. He had a break-in last week. He's still a campaigner. Don't you read the news?
It's not news
Rock
anymore.
climbing's really fun.
It's advertising.
I had a
So the break-in must
like
really
I had like a
spook him
$35 a month membership
That's
to
what
a
I
gym,
thought.
to a
But it
local
was
climbing
odd.
gym
He told me about
that
the
I was
break-in.
using about
Asked me to
once a
come.
week. So I was getting my money's worth, and it was a lot of
I
fun.
haven't seen him for at least 10 years.
And I was gonna start
Anyway,
going more,
he was
but
alive
then
when I got here.
COVID
Just
happened.
sitting at his
and,
desk,
you know,
writing. Everything went black.
so, but I'm
When I came
definitely
to,
looking forward to
he'd
going
been
back once
And I'm
COVID
pretty sure
is
with my
done and
gun.
wrapped up.
There was a book on the desk, a diary. It was gone. I'm sure there was someone else in the building. Left my radio in the car, haven't had time to phone it in.
Come on, come with me. I'll take you somewhere safe.
This isn't the time to run. I'm not like you. Running will just make me look guilty.
You think this was an accident, Kate? There are no accidents in this city. Someone wanted him dead and wanted you to take the fall.
Help me, Effie, please. You've got contacts. There's gotta be more to this. Something he knew.
No,
Something
yeah,
he
it was
wanted to
really
tell
fun.
me.
I can't get involved in this, Kate.
you know.
You know what I do. I just can't.
Blue's incoming, Faith. You might want to be outgoing right about, now.
I'll see what I can do.
But
If this goes down badly, find Lieutenant
I don't
Miller, my superior. Take anything you find to him.
I haven't done that in
I'm
over
serious, Faith.
in
Remember
over a
that
year now at
life.
this point because
Get
of COVID.
out of there.
I haven't been to
go.
see a movie in over a year.
And Faith, thank you.
Everyone's surviving off of, you know, the same Netflix password, the same HBO Max password.
Shit!
Not that I do that. I,
Get out
of
that
course,
building.
you know, definitely have my own HBO Max account that I use, you know.
SWAT swarming on you, Faith. Find a way out of there.
for future reference and all that. You prefer this one to Catalyst? I've never actually played Catalyst. I was going to play that one as my next free solo, before I started, like, not beating this as fast as I thought. I've actually done it once, like, several years ago. So I thought, oh yeah, it's something I've done before, it'll be a breeze. But I've just been dying to a lot of crap. If I remember correctly, Catalyst was coming out right around that time that open world was like the big craze and the big fad that, you know, everyone had to do. All of the games had to be open world, whether they worked that way or not. I suppose if Catalyst had come out like 4 or 5 years later, he would have had a Battle Royale multiplayer.
It'll pick you off. Get inside, find some cover.
Alright, we're through. I'm not sure what game I'm going to play next, but I know I don't want it to be a platformer. I've played too many platformers in the last few days, or in the last few months.
Yeah, you can breathe out. Damn, what a mess.
Well, GTA is like everyone's exception.
Shit, man, this damn city. So you know him, huh? Well, you sure opened a can of worms on this one. Take the bridge across the avenue and head for Centurion Plaza. Picking up squad cars moving in on you. You ain't got much time.
I think making the game easily moddable, or is it modable? I don't know. Allowing players to really create their own servers and their own GTA like worlds was the best decision that they ever made, because you can make at this point, you know, there's like 20 different GTA 5s that are played on a regular basis.
You gotta push through to the plaza station. There's a route through the tunnels ahead.
I feel bad for the developers because they're gonna have all this pressure to make the next GTA 6.
You don't want to know what's behind your face. Just keep running.
And people will be demanding that not only is it better than GTA 5, but that it's the greatest video game ever made. And I don't think it's gonna happen.
Blue's up ahead, kiddo.
Well, that's the rumor anyway, but, you know, I guess the rumor's been going around for a long time. That being said, we're actually getting another Skyrim, so... Or another Elder Scrolls, I should say. So if we can get another Elder Scrolls, then hopefully we can get another GTA.
You've almost lost him. Patrick Krieg in. Faith, let's get you out of here.
I thought I glitched out on the rope for a second. Well, Cyberpunk had so many bugs it was practically unplayable. So hopefully it won't have that many, but...
Okay. Come on.
I mean, at this point, I have
You did good, Faith.
literally no
No word on
recollection
what's
of
got
what
the blue
GTA
slip
5
around,
was
but
like
I'll
at
keep on
launch.
it. And, don't worry about your sis, okay? We'll fix it.
What the hell, Merc?
Something's got somebody rattled, kiddo. I don't know what it is, but they're mighty jittery. Hey, Sal.
Take long to lose him?
Nah, those blues can't live for shit. They've gotten a little gun happy though.
Why are they
GTA
busy
5 has
with
basically
murder?
turned itself
Blue
into an
property's up.
MMORPG
Way up. Don't know what's
for
up.
reasons,
Must be contract renewal
which
time.
seems really weird to me,
Okay,
but really
well,
impressive.
So
But yeah,
why
I
are we-
Our girl's been lifting evidence from a crime scene.
yeah, I was gonna get Cyberpunk, and a buddy of mine got it, and I was like, all right, I'll watch
Yeah,
him for a few
I
days
think
play
it's
it,
from a diary.
and
Rest of it was gone.
he was
I
not
can
happy.
Make out our Icarus, maybe.
He was
And
really
to be
hyped about it,
honest,
and it just didn't.
Wasn't he
You
the
know.
Greek guy?
Yeah, his dad made him some wings out of feathers and wax. Then the boy flew too close to the sun. No more wings, no more Icarus. If anyone's heard anything, then you know who it'll be, Faith.
Yeah?
I know he ain't a runner anymore, but he's got contacts. You can't avoid him forever.
Wanna bet? Who? Jack.
It's just a shame, you know. I think it's a problem with the entire industry.
He's on some rooftops at the old runner training ground near the storm drains. Route's crawling with blues, though. You can follow the canal to the Hampton Town District. Get going.
Because it's not like it's just, you know, Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red that did this to us. They just happen to be the ones with the best reputation. Like, Fallout 76 did the same thing. It was just that everyone sort of expected Bethesda to be garbage. And then it was worse than anyone ever dreamed. Anthem was a disaster. Mass Effect Andromeda was a disaster. There seems to be just a, you know, a running thing with these companies that's like, well, we'll make the game and then we'll patch it so it's playable. Well, no, that was the thing. That's the thing now. It used to be, we'll make the game and it'll be amazing. Now it's like, we'll make the game and then we'll make it amazing. And then it's like, we'll make the game and then we'll make it playable. And I think that's a major problem with the games industry and with you know, us consumers who buy games. And we're like, why is it taking this long? You know? We demand innovation and quality and speed, and like, we can't get all those things all the time. It's a weird, it is an interesting industry. It's unique in that we expect the games to innovate something every time. You know, if you go into a movie theater and you go to see a movie, you're not expecting Godzilla vs. King Kong to reshape the action genre in a way you've never seen before. You're not expecting that, you know? Whereas when you buy a video game, you're expecting it to deliver something new and groundbreaking, like, every single time, or at least, you know, I've definitely been guilty of that. And so Cyberpunk is, like, hyped up as the revolutionary game to change the way we experience gaming.
Bird's bugging out. Looks like you're in the clear. Now get into those drains.
That sort of that changes the way the game is made, where the developers are like, okay, we can't just make a good game, we have to make the legendary game to end all games, you know? And I mean, to be fair, you know. And I think that we have to accept our responsibility and the fact that we sort of demand them to do that, you know. Imagine if a designer like went on IGN and he was asked about his game, like, what is the game gonna do? What's the game gonna see? And he was just like, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a solid release in the genre. It's gonna work as we say it will. You know, like, what are you gonna innovate, like, to do any new groundbreaking things? And he's like, you know, not that much, a little bit. There would be a lot of people who aren't happy about that.
Should be an exit on the other side.
Yeah.
Looks pretty high up.
But that's honestly how the rest of the world works. We get incremental progress, step by step by step, you know? That's how science works. Not everyone can be Einstein or Stephen Hawking. Most scientists work their entire life to get good enough to be able to, like, solve the next problem, and then they turn over their entire legacy to one of those students who solves the next problem, and that's like how we are at where we're at today. And gaming's like, no, we can't do that. We have to take like a flying leap. Every new game has to be the next like moon landing giant leap for mankind. And so I like playing, you know, a sort of game like Mirror's Edge. There's not any, like, groundbreaking technology here. The story isn't, like, Lord of the Rings. It's just a nice, fun, first-person... It's basically a first-person shooter that said, hey, what if we made a cool parkour game where you're running around like Jason Bourne? That sounds kind of fun. And they made it, and it's fun. And, you know, it's not life-alteringly... shatteringly good, you know. I've played it for a month and I'm already like, alright, when are we gonna get this done? But, you know, I don't need this to be the next World of Warcraft. Sometimes people just want to play Fall Guys, you know? They just want to play Among Us with their friends.
You're inside. Get out of there, Faith.
The truth is, gamers, like, we all say we want crazy, massive stuff. But all we actually want is just a fun experience with our friends. Like that's it. We are very simple creatures with simple desires and simple needs. And you know, if those needs are satisfied, and those needs can be satisfied by $100 million game, or it can be satisfied by a game that one creator built in his basement called Among Us. That cost like a couple, I don't know if it was $1,000 to make or a couple $1,000, or if it cost anything. Good. We are coming up to the first actual fighting sequence. So in a speed run, I would just try to run past everyone, but that's a little risky for a free solo, and I think in a free solo, it's just more consistent to just actually like fight them straight up. Because there's things in this game that you can sort of take advantage of, like cover in this game is really strong. They won't really try to shoot you behind cover, which is, you know, nice of the guards. You know, now that I think about it, after Cyberpunk, I can't think of the next big game to come out. I mean, I guess the next Elder Scrolls is the big one, but who knows when that's going to come out. Halo 6, I guess. Although I think some of the hype for that has died way down. And drop that. And nice. That was perfect. This is a nice disguise for a loading sequence, by the way.
Murder, so don't let him wind you
This
up,
game
okay?
caught me
He's
the very
big
first time. It had a
runner.
single raid
God
gameplay at
knows
that
who he's
time.
working for now.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 was great, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this game didn't like do anything groundbreaking, but it seemed really unique all the same, and I think that's something that game studios could do more of. You know, we don't have to like get graphics so good we can see like the whiskers on their chin. We just want like something new and different. Something not even we don't even need something new, we just need something slightly different. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was great, I think. Which one do you mean? The original or the new Battlefront 2? I guess I would agree with both of them. I think that, you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was... Well, Star Wars Battlefront 2 had, like, one of the worst releases in the history of gaming. So bad, it, like, tanked EA's share price by a pretty substantial margin. And probably cost them the Star Wars license. But it got better, you know, once they stopped being so greedy. The graphics look good? Yeah. At the time it came out, I was on the whole, like, EA sucks. Everyone hates EA. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to give them money sort of bandwagon. Now I wish that I had, because it sort of seems fun. Maybe that'll teach me, huh? Next time a game comes out from, like, a copy publisher, I'll just play it, you know?
Can you find another way through to him?
And just enjoy it for what it is. Alright. I really don't like this section. Battlefront 2 was my favorite game in the entire world growing up. Me and my brother, Hunter, would play it all the time. And that is why I do that, ladies and gentlemen. Because occasionally, this pipe just won't connect for reasons that are known only to the developers of this game. So I jump as far out as I possibly can so that I have just enough leverage, just enough distance to make that, that ledge. Okay, good. Because me and my brother experienced Battlefront 2 where we played Battlefront 1 first, and we had it for the PlayStation 1.
Has to do with Pope's murder.
And one day, I think like a year or two after it had been released, my parents didn't have a lot of money. They got us a PlayStation 2 for like
Pope was a wrestling fan.
$100 or 75 or something. I don't know.
To handle his security. Travis
and we got Battlefront 2. And
is this going somewhere?
I convinced my parents that it wasn't shooting people because they were droids, and so we were shooting the droids.
Never see that big fish. If I were you, I'd start with that glorified slab
which they
of meat.
bought somehow.
Happy hunting, Faithy.
I actually ended up giving advice to some of some people, some of my friends, on how to convince them.
I'm gonna see.
You know.
What are you doing? You gonna tell him about Jackknife?
I had like, and like years later, I definitely paid it forward to a young kid whose mom like came over to me because I was like, you know, at some sort of conference. I was like 17 or something, and she asked me like, she was like, I'm a Christian. Is it okay for my son to play this game? It was Battlefront, and I was like, oh yeah, it's just shooting at droids, so it's completely fine. And the kid just had this big smile. He was like, thank God, thank you for saying that. That's what I've been telling her.
The mentioning kind. She told me to find you if things went
No, but I played that game.
And you wouldn't be the suspect.
I probably have 3,000 hours in that game. That was all we played for like a year and a half.
with a gun in my
There was nothing else.
I know what you are.
You know it was a setup, right?
We ended up unlocking every single thing we could unlock.
But my captain's asking.
Well, I knew that there weren't only droids, and my brother knew there weren't only droids, and the kid at that conference knew there weren't only droids, but none of our moms knew that. So, and it wasn't like they were gonna watch us play. So, you know, and there were droids in the game, to be fair. So it wasn't like a completely unreasonable thing to
I
say.
won't stop you. I owe that much to Kate. But there are plenty of people who'll try. And I can't stop them either. You better learn how to run.
Nowadays, I think parents don't even care. They'll let their kids play anything. But, no, and that was where we sort of developed how we played the game. I specialized into strategy and tactics and like the long play, and I was very, very good. My brother specialized into sort of the classic FPS action, which is fast. I tried to stay in. Yeah. I think you can play the game in third person. I have a memory of playing it in third person anyway, and my brother never did. He always played it in first person, and that's how we developed our different like skill sets. Where he focused into the reflexes and instant like aim lock on, and all that kind of stuff. And that's why today I sort of do these single player games, and I'm very, very good at them, consistent. And my brother plays FPSs and is one of the better battle royale players I've ever seen. I think he's still like in the top 100 of all-time Temple Run scores. And if you ever played Temple Run the app, then you know like exactly how insane that is. So it's kind of fun that we both specialized into different areas of gaming. I'll never beat my brother in a racing game ever, and he'll like likely never beat me in any sort of strategy or like long-term game. And then in an FPS, in multiplayer or battle royale, we'll form the absolute perfect monster of a team, because I'll be like planning the strategy and where to go and where to tactics, and he'll just go sit on a roof and snipe people from like a mile away. They could make a pretty awesome anime about us.
I just do what I'm told. You know that? Yeah, well, I don't know what to do.
More to fighting games? Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom? Nice. I actually don't know anyone who's really into fighting games.
Yeah, so it don't look good for you and your little dad.
The people I met at college were mostly into like League of Legends.
Today's front page will be tomorrow's kitty litter. Come on! That run-up won't last long. None of them will.
At a certain point, I realized that there wasn't...
Project Icarus will be fine.
Like, the vast majority of people I met in college all played video games. And
Maybe at that new place on Reynolds Street tomorrow.
growing up with my brother, I didn't play video games with too many people other than him and me. And I sort of knew that I was good, and I knew that he was good. But I didn't know how good until I went to college. And I played a lot of Black Ops, and I played a lot of multiplayer, and 1v1s, And I had never thought of myself as particularly good at first-person shooters. And it was sort of... It was weird to play people because they were bad. Everyone was bad.
So,
and I was like,
something, huh?
this sucks.
Wonder who he's meeting with.
Everyone's garbage.
Here, we'll find a
and
way
I made
to
a lot
get
of really good
what
friends
you get.
who couldn't stand against me for more than like 30 seconds in practically any video game. And watching them play, it was like watching my youngest brother play video games, which was like a torturous experience. I have two brothers.
Don't forget your public enemy number one, Faith. To those guys, you've got meal ticket written all over you.
And finally, I met one kid who I played Halo with. I'm forgetting his gamertag, so I won't say his gamertag, because I don't use people's first names. Like, Hunter, by the way, isn't the name of my brother, his name is gamertag, as I'm the centrist. And I'm trying to remember his gamertag, but he was... I'm trying to think of the best way to explain what his exact gaming prowess skill set was. He was like an analog of my brother, except where my brother was an absolute god when it came to aiming and gunfighting. He was an absolute god when it came to movement. I've never seen someone move so fluidly in a video game. And he just bodied me every time we played in Halo, and it was not even close. I thought about shooting the rat. I'll leave the rat alive. And I found out later that he had held the world record in one of the Arkham City maps for like a while. Nowadays, all he plays is Titanfall, which like makes a lot of sense for the kind of player he is. And I think he's one of the better players that I've ever had. And it's interesting, but I can't play video games with anyone other than people who are as good as me, or as good as him, or as good as my brother. So you notice that I never dropped the pistol, and that's because I want to carry it all the way until I get to this fight sequence, because I can use it to take out the first guy fairly easily.
Watch it, blues up ahead.
In any fight sequence in this entire game, the hardest part is always taking out the first guy. Because once you take him out and take his weapon, then it's easy to beat everyone else. But taking out the first guy is always a challenge in hand-to-hand. So I always try to, if they're gonna give me a gun somewhere in the level, I'd use it. I'm like I'm the 2D gamer, like Mega Man and other MSG. Nice! I have a lot of respect for the old school games. Lot of respect. I never had a console that like played them. Like I never had that sort of deal, but it's always been on my bucket list to be able to get and play those games. Don't worry, man, there's nothing that I do in this game that isn't, like, consistently repeatable. When you have a gun, the enemies in this game are jokes. And everything else is just muscle memory and repetition. But thanks, man. You know, I'm happy to hear that. Hit this wall. Okay, we're good. If you hit that at the wrong angle, you can actually just fall to the wall, like at a 90-degree angle, and you'll just die. And jump. There we go. Okay, that was fast.
shitload of blues in the plaza. Go higher and get yourself out of there.
Go on. I do have to focus just for this 1 second. Okay, we're good. Okay. Normally he just falls off.
Chopper's got a call
So
from
that was like
Let's bug it
weird.
out. Not for long, I'll bet.
I'll be able to read your comment in just a second. Ow. Stop shooting me. I've had them hit me like mid-jump here. Because their shots are almost completely random, it feels like sometimes. Alright.
Did you just do what I think you did? God damn it, girl. I just spilled my Joe all over the keyboard.
Hey, can you get
I saw some other ways you
I need
take
to
that
save
is
again.
faster than I usually do. Yeah, that's just, you know, you play this game over and over and over, and occasionally you'll like discover things. Now, there are some ways that I don't take because they're more dangerous. That would be faster if you're just running for speed.
I received your message.
I'm trying to think of a good example.
Looking into Ropeburn.
Why?
He's Travis Burfield, Hope's head of
Like, for
security.
example, in Chapter 2, when I fought those guys on top of the sewer viaduct, you shouldn't fight those guys in the speedrun. You should just run past them on the right.
Heard him mention Project Icarus.
Burfield is dangerous, Faith.
You've got a 70% chance of making
He framed my sister.
I'm sorry, Faith.
about a little more than 2 out of 3 times you'll make that just fine without any problems. And even if you die, it's so close that in a speedrun it's not going to be the end of the world. But it's even a 70% chance of success is too low for a free solo runner who can't die at all in the entire chapter. You always disable render vision to make it more interesting. Okay. That's fair. I think render vision is sort of included in the lore, so I don't really mess with it.
But if you pull a gun on me again, I will kill you. And right now, I think I'd be doing the city a favor.
It's probably... What's your best time with Mirror's Edge?
There's a bird going in the direction of Ropeburn's meeting.
You think it's Ropeburn's pal?
Maybe, but it looked like a CPF one to me. How many other people can get their paws on a bird in this place?
Not many. Hey, you better get going if you want to catch them. And keep on street level 2. Blue's around.
I think I actually have a submitted run with speedrun.com. It's just under a different name. Because the last time I played this game was... I was playing games under a different gamer tag. So I think my run for that is still recorded under there. I don't remember what it was. Whatever the case, the way I play games is I do the free solo run first, and I beat the game that way, and then it can get included on my ultimate free solo playlist. Which I've already done a completed run of Jedi Fallen Order, which was like 10 hours, so that took forever. And then I have a completed run of Fall Guys, which basically means I won a game without ever falling off.
I'm looking at the plans for this place. It's a labyrinth. It's
Like,
quiet,
I didn't
too.
even need to
No wonder
respawn
Ropeburn
like a
picks
single
it.
time, because there's some
There's a
stages
bird
where you can
farm.
fall
I'm
off
guessing
and
they'll be near
respawn,
the roof.
and I
You're gonna
didn't
need
do
to
that a
find a
single
way
time.
up.
That was the switch I made, because I played the game on my PlayStation 3 and it overheated, and I had to switch to PC, and I realized that I really didn't like my streams. I didn't think they were like that professional, the audio was terrible, I didn't have
So that's no, then.
Any of the basic stuff for like when a follower, you know, gets on. I just had like not even default stuff. Everything just, I didn't really respond to chat. Things just felt like pretty inconsistent. And so I decided that I was actually gonna like get the stuff to stream at a at a level where I was proud to do it. And so I basically made an entirely new channel. Yep. I'm playing on PC, but my PC thinks I'm playing with an Xbox controller, which isn't. It's a PlayStation controller. Only way to play games like this, in my opinion.
Miller? Shit.
Seriously?
Yeah. Should never have trusted a blue. He's with Ropeburn. Bet he's up to his neck in this Icarus stuff. I'm heading up. See what I can find out about Pope and Kate.
Here comes the only QuickTime event in the entire game. It still, like, blows my mind why they wanted to put this in. But if I miss it, I die, so I do have to, like, pay attention for a second. Come on.
Did he send you? You can both go to hell. No one threatens me.
Yeah, they could have worked on the face a little bit better.
Fade.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Alright. And... got it. He just, like, walks backwards off the ledge.
Your hand's starting to sweat. You set up Kate Connors, didn't you?
That little cop? Yeah.
Had to be a cop, right?
I don't mess in politics.
Who killed Pope? You?
No! I hired someone.
Who?
A professional. Meet them tomorrow, 2 p.m.
Why is his hair completely white?
Downtown. You'll recognize him.
Why were you with Miller?
You sure you want to know about that? Pull me up and I'll tell you.
Watch him, Fade.
Try anything in your roadkill.
Sure. Ah!
Shit! Merc, someone's shooting. They got Ropeburn. What the?
Who's about to crash the party, Fade? Get out of there.
Yeah, the story for the game is really inconsistent. Wait a second. Go. Like, once you find out Celeste is the traitor in Chapter 7, she just AFKs for the rest of the game. You're supposed to not like Jackknife, but the game never says why you're not supposed to like him. He's just sort of annoying.
Seems Jackknife was bang on the money about Ropeburn being behind this. Wonder who his professional is.
And at the end of the game, you're still trapped on top of a skyscraper with no way down, and like an army that wants you dead.
Signal set. Seems you might be clear of the blues for now. Looks like the Riding Park subway stop's closed. Some kind of renovation work.
Come on. Thank you. This part can actually kill you if you're not paying attention.
You gotta go deeper, Fade.
If you don't jump there, you can get caught on top of the barbed wire and it'll just instantly kill you.
Cut her off! Watch down the platform!
Nice little loading zone. They concealed in that. There's a lot of sections like that in this game where they just have you waiting, and it's just so they can load the next area, but they don't want to let you know they're loading the next area. Like I mentioned, it's faster to just run through all these guys, but it's a lot more consistent to fight them straight up. And since the train just passed, I know I can run straight here, which is really nice. Alright, back up, give me some room. I like sliding into the vent. Oh well. And go. Just gotta wait. Isn't scruffy.
Losing your signal.
There she is!
Technically speaking, in a speedrun, you can just make it. It's like, if you leave the station, the second that the train passes, there's like a 2-second window where you can get through that hole in the fence and survive. Because the train at that point is like right behind you. But in a free solo, that's like so risky and so pointless that there's no reason to do that. I once got a glitch here where the train just didn't show up at all, and the guards just broke through and finally killed me.
Take the train. Take the train.
I want to be in the middle of the platform. Okay. This is random every time, by the way. I should have jumped there, but I wasn't set yet. That's fine, I'll wait till the next floor. There. Ow. You can take one of those without dying. It just sort of surprised me. In a speedrun, you can stop yourself on that section, but I feel like that's sort of out of bounds for a free solo, since that in the event that this was real, that would probably kill me.
Nice work, kiddo.
So I'm not going to take advantage of any glitches.
If you get any more trouble, Select's on a job near you. She'll help you out.
Alright, on to Chapter 5.
What are you thinking about?
A murderer?
Yeah?
Yeah. Pope's. Got a tip-off about a meet at the New Eden Mall tomorrow. Gonna pay a visit.
Shit, Faith. Why are you doing this? It's not your fight, just, I don't know.
For the lols.
Everything's changed. The city's different now. I keep thinking of my folks.
Different how?
They thought this place was something worth protecting. Mom and Dad were friends with Pope. Organized protests, lobbied the mayor. Took me and Kate on marches.
They brought their little kids on
I
marches.
really understood why back then. What it meant.
Seems like a bad idea.
She was killed during the downtown riots. Protest marches that went bad.
That's rough.
After that, we, well, pretty much fell apart. Dad never forgave himself, and I left home soon after. Guess I never really forgave him either.
Like Batman.
That's when you met Merc?
He caught me, breaking into his place.
No kidding. You never said that.
He offered to train me. Felt like a good way off the street, so I took it. Not much else going for me.
What you're doing now, Faith, is the fastest way to get yourself killed.
They got my sister involved, Sel, and I need to clear her name. I owe her that much. I'll survive. That's what we do.
Survival is overrated. You need to live a little, too.
I don't want to survive.
Hey, you
I
wanna
want to
come with me, Joel?
live.
Could use the help.
Can't. Drake's got me on a job. Says I've been slacking. Look, I've gotta go.
It's fine. Someone's bound to start shooting at me soon. Get going.
I think I saw a game movie of Catalyst once, way back in the day when it
Faith.
came out.
Take care.
Maybe I should play that game. I don't know. No, I don't want to do another game that says... I think it's probably a long game, and I don't want to play a game that's as long as Jedi Fallen Order was. Because that game was just hell to beat
Mall
on
should be ahead of
a
you. But
free
watch it.
solo.
Mayor Callahan's on some kind of campaign drive-about. A few streets away, so there are roadblocks all over the place.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order took me like probably a full year to beat on a free solo run. It's not that long? Huh.
Should be a way up onto the overpass in section 3 and 4.
I'll give it a look. I'll give it a look and see what I think of it. But before I do any game, it'll be I need to finish my free solo of this, and then I'll need to do at least one speed run of this.
Get down track 4 to the next access stairway. Should be an alley close by there. Get you back on the roofs where you belong. The alley's right there, see it? Take it.
Alright, we're out of there. It isn't long actually, just running the same places more than once. Alright.
Blue's moving to the roofs ahead. Looks like you're gonna have a fight on your hands.
Yeah. This one takes a little bit to like prep out. Turn, drop right onto. Alright, and then I just wait up here for this guy. Come on. Perfect. Alright. Good. That was very nice. Very nice.
You're doing good. Mall's just a few blocks ahead.
Alright, so this, you go almost all the way to the top. Turn. Nice. As the game gets into like the later chapters, I start sort of sweating some of the smaller stuff. You know, I don't want to die to something stupid. Like a pipe that I just didn't look at correctly. You know? Good. Alright.
Ow. You should be able to get to the mall without being shot at.
Notice Celeste over there running. Alright, that's the last tricky section before the mall. Then I have the elevator from literal hell. The only spot in pretty much the entire run that I don't have any strategy for dealing with. Besides just do it like you probably should do it and hope that you don't die. Because when they all start shooting at you in the lobby of the mall, you take the elevator on the left up. Take it up like 2 floors, and then it lets you out. But you're in front of fire from machine guns. And for some reason, they can be so accurate, they just kill you instantly. So, I'm very concerned about that. We'll see what happens, though.
Ropeburn was meant to be meeting his little friend in the atrium, right? Well, it should be just ahead of you.
Shit!
Damn chatter's gone wild. Get out of there.
Alright, moment of truth. And that time I took no hits at all for reasons that I can't even begin to describe. Whatever. I'll take it, I guess. Veg-Aid.
You gotta get to the roof, Faith. Mall's got some support structures and maintenance areas at the top. There should be a way out up there. Keep going.
I'm going.
You think Ropeburn set you up?
Nice.
Get higher, Faith.
I'm not sure what the sound was.
Searching Sector 12. No sign of Roger. Proceed to lockdown area.
Alright, this part's a little weird. Wait for the van to completely stop. Alright.
There she is! Oh shit, they have a goddamn machine gun.
Alright, now this part is interesting. Perfect. Now I just have to make this jump. Okay, we're good.
According to Drake, there should be an exit on the other side of the atrium.
That felt...
You need to find a way across.
Why does it feel so low every time that I'm not gonna make that far? Thankfully, I think the hitbox is really forgiving.
Should be one last door and you're out of there.
Looks like my little friend is back.
Think he's the assassin?
I don't know, but I think I know someone who does.
Ow.
Hey, Faithy. Nice of you to drop by.
See what I mean? He's just annoying.
Burn was pretty chatty. Told me about his meeting with Hope's killer at the mall.
And you're thanking me, right?
But when I got there, guess who was waiting for me?
No idea, Faithy. I just go there for the pretzels.
Bad case of the blues. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
No, Faithy. It wasn't me.
Why does he keep saying Faithy over and over?
Besides, if I wanted you dead,
It's just too much.
Would you think I would have just killed you myself?
You're right. A creep like you couldn't have organized.
Now, don't be like that.
Ropeburn's dead.
I'm impressed.
Wasn't me.
You need to be careful who you hang around with.
Oh, I learned that a long time ago.
And yet, here we are again. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut this little meeting short, Faithy. Places to be, you know how it is.
Gotta have the last word.
Killed?
Merc, you can stop pretending not to listen now.
What's up?
Can you do a search on Pirandello Kruger Security?
On it.
Why do you ask?
Been seeing their name around. In Ropeburn's
Office and somewhere else.
distinctive logo. Getting anything?
Just what you'd expect. Alarms, fencing, armored cars, private security. Oh, and they secure our world, apparently.
Where are they based?
A few offices around town. Just got a new place down near the docks.
Get me some coordinates.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Alright, this is as far as I've made it in a while. Chapter 6. Let's see if I can actually pass the level for once.
Head toward the building with the big stupid dog symbol. Loading bay should be a way in.
Nice. Very good. So, I've tried to figure out a lot of ways to do this next fight section, and I've come to the conclusion that the best thing to do is just, like, fight them straight up with the sniper duel.
Careful, they could...
So I'm just gonna have to take out both snipers, and then the armed guards, and then only when it's completely safe do I zipline down. Which feels pretty bad, but, you know. I'm not going for speed, I'm going for, you know, actual completion. So if this is the most consistent way to do it, then we'll do it. I am worried, though.
Suspect
of them. Yep, well, that was... It took forever, but was consistent. Completely healed up. Ow. Alright, I think we're good. Perfect, we're out of here. Alright, don't run, don't run.
All available units proceed there at once.
Alright. Can't tell you how happy I am to be through that.
According to the plans, there should be a way through beyond the conveyor system in there.
Excuse me? I should have had more than enough distance to
there should be
figure
a way through beyond the conveyor system in there.
And I'm not even that... Well, I guess it is sort of that high, but... What on earth?
Hurry up, before they find you, Faith.
What on earth? I've never died there in my entire time playing this game. Can't even believe it. So let's try to replicate it. No, it wasn't just that I turned. That's it. So this is a deficit of how I play games. I'm always thinking about the next step ahead. And occasionally I do get too wrapped up in speed and forget to complete like move A while I'm working on move B. So here's what happened. In a normal sequence, I would swing, swing, get here, and then if let's say I drop in. That's actually not what's supposed to happen. But normally, when I would drop in, I would like grab onto this ledge, and which would take time, and then I'd have to drop down, and that would take like an extra second or two, which sucks. I don't want to do that. So what you can do to make sure you don't trigger the ledge sequence is you slide into this section. So I'll sort of quickly demonstrate what that was one last time. So when one of the weird things about this game is that you can actually cancel a jump. You wouldn't think you can cancel a jump, but you can. You can cancel it by using the same as the slide button. When you try to slide in midair, it basically does this. No, it's not that. Where's a good place to jump from?
According to the plans, there should be a way through beyond the conveyor system in there.
I'll jump from up top of one of these ledges, right? Oh, this should be fun. Okay. Jump. That's not right. Jump. What did happen? Because the button for slide should have given me more distance, not less. Unless it's different when jumping on one of these. Was the timing really that precise?
According to the plans, there should be a way through beyond the conveyor system in there.
I'm trying to like figure out what exactly happened here because I'm not sure. I hate this chapter, by the way. This chapter has killed me so many times. I'm just so tired of it. That's what should have happened. Alright, I'm just gonna rewatch this over and over until I figure out how I actually died. I'll be back at it. I'll be back at this tomorrow. I will see you all. I will see you all then. I'll try to get some sleep. At least that one went a little. At least I actually made some progress in that run. Yeah. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.